What's up everybody, hope you're doing well. Exciting day today. I wanted to make another video for you guys today to give you my first impressions review of iOS 14 Beta 1 and also run through some of the top features that Apple revealed today at their WWDC keynote with iOS 14. Now iOS 14 actually ended up being a huge update in terms of features, which isn't really what we were expecting this year, and there are a good amount of cool new features to cover. One of the bigger updates that I can remember in recent iOS history, and for the record, there were rumors that it was going back to iPhone OS, which I'm glad that they didn't do that. But anyways, as you guys can see here, I have it installed on my iPhone 7, as I didn't want to install it on my daily driver, as with beta 1s there usually are some bugs, which I'll get into a little bit in this video. Good news is there aren't too many that I've noticed so far in a couple hours, but I will most likely be installing it on my daily driver later in the year. But if you are looking to install iOS 14 beta onto your device, I will have a guide on my channel on how to do that, and the link will be in a card in the video up there, as well as in the description below the video down there. So be sure to check that out if that's what you would like to do and you would like to install the iOS 14 beta. But in terms of the review, let's jump right into it. If you are new to the channel, welcome, thanks for watching, and be sure to smash that like button below the video if you do enjoy it. So I've had iOS 14 here installed for a few hours on my iPhone 7, and like I said, I didn't want to install it on my daily driver, but I'm first going to run through some of the best features that Apple actually debuted and just show you exactly how they work in my experience so far, just playing around with it for a few hours. iOS 14 is compatible with the iPhone 6s and later, including the iPhone SE first generation, which was very, very nice, and it does actually run pretty smoothly here on my iPhone 7. And the first thing right off the bat is home screen widgets. This was the main feature Apple debuted, and really the way that they work is really, really cool. To add widgets to the home screen, what you do is you hold down until the icons enter wiggle mode, and then you should see a plus button up here in the upper right. Go ahead and click that and it'll give you a list of all of the apps that you can add a widget for. Now, I don't have many third-party apps installed on this device as it is a fresh install of iOS 14, but to add a widget, you simply go down here and you can choose the application, or you can add a smart stack. Now, I do have a smart stack installed on the home screen. I'll show you how that works. And I also have a battery widget, but to add something, you simply click on it, and then you can see the different sizes of the widgets. You can scroll through them just like this, and it seems like the sizing happens all within this little interface. When you go to add the widgets on the home screen itself, it doesn't seem like you can resize on the home screen. You have to do it in this interface. Anyways, you go ahead and click add widget, and then it just drops it there on your home screen. To remove a widget, you simply go ahead and click the little remove button, and then you can go ahead and remove it just like that. Now, once they're on your home screen, you can simply go ahead and drag them around to wherever you want and wherever they fit and wherever you like them on the home screen, and then you can go ahead and click the home button or swipe up like you would with moving icons, and they're good to go. Now, the cool feature with Smart Stack and the widgets is this is a Smart Stack right here, and you can go ahead and simply swipe between different widgets just like that. So you can have multiple widgets in one, which is pretty cool, and that's how a Smart Stack works, just quick glimpses of information, almost like the Apple Watch, which I really like with the home screen widgets. Another new feature that Apple debuted in iOS 14 is the app library. So if you scroll all the way over here, all the way to the right of the home screen, you do have a category view of all of the apps in iOS 14 that you have installed on your device. Really, really cool. You can go ahead and click on the little folder view here, and it gives you all these different apps that come up, and you can also launch apps directly from this screen just like that. So it is almost like a more categorized list view, and instead of having folders all over your home screen, you can have all the folders right here within the app library. Now, if you go into settings and you go into home screen, something I found cool is you can also add an app download that's a new app download only to the app library. So you could essentially have like one page of icons and just scroll directly to the app library, which is something I've wanted on iOS for a very long time. Now, another major feature that Apple finally brought over to the iPhone is picture-in-picture mode with video apps. So if you are in a video app and you're watching a video, to enter picture-in-picture mode, simply go into full screen mode, then click again on the screen. You should see picture-in-picture mode right there in the middle button of the screen. Go ahead and click it, and then you can click the home button or swipe up, and you should be able to work around your device while having picture-in-picture mode right there. Of course, you can swipe it off to just close the video there, or you can go back into full screen and close it out, and it works very, very well, just like on the iPad. So very, very good. And also, this is my 15 years of Apple products collection video. If you guys want to check that out, it'll be in the description as well. But picture-in-picture mode works very, very well on iOS 14. Another good redesign is with Siri. If you go ahead and activate Siri, you can see that it's an all-new design. It's just a simple circle at the bottom of the screen there. It doesn't take up the whole screen. And they've also updated it with more information, expanded its knowledge library, so it's going to work a little bit better. I tried asking Siri some questions in this video, but it just simply did not work. So we can see the new redesign right now, but I'm going to chalk it up to it just being the first beta for the fact that it's not really working the way it should. But I really like that new design of Siri. Another app that they've added is a Translate app. If you go ahead and open up the Translate app here, you can choose 2 languages at the top, and you can also go ahead and enter text by typing here, or you can go ahead and speak as if you were doing a conversation. And it also has some favorites here. I'm not sure what the favorites have. It looks like it says your favorite translations will appear here, but this is good if you're traveling and you're in a country that you don't know the native language. You can use this to quickly translate, and I'm actually surprised that Apple has never implemented this already, but it's very good to see it come to iOS 14. Another update that they have in iOS 14 is the drop-down notifications for calls, which is very similar to the Scorpion jailbreak tweak. So when a call comes in, it will be a little drop-down notification there, similar to the handoff on the Mac. So it won't take up the whole screen, and you can simply use your device, kind of like picture-in-picture mode, where it just comes down as a notification, and you don't have to answer it. You can also just swipe it up to ignore it. So it doesn't take over the screen anymore, which is very, very nice. It seems to be that Apple's moving in that direction. In the Settings app, if you scroll all the way down, they do have a new app clips section, and what this is it's actually little clips of apps that you can download onto your device without actually downloading the whole app, and it will give you little pieces of information about the world around you. So for example, Yelp can have an app clip for restaurants where you can see info on your phone about the restaurant even without Yelp fully installed by scanning a code at the restaurant using a little web clip here. It's almost like a widget that gives you more information without actually downloading the whole app. So nice to see Apple implementing more widget-like functionality there as well. Now somewhere within the Settings app, you can actually change the third-party default apps, so you can change Safari and Mail to a new email client or a new web browser, but I haven't been able to find this in the settings. I don't know if it's just me or I missed something, but that is going to be implemented in iOS 14, which is nice to see Apple giving us that flexibility. Now Messages did get some updates. As you can see, you can pin some messages to the top of your Messages app if you want to hold them there and respond to them later, which is very nice. I know I will use this functionality a lot. You can also reply to specific messages within group messages, and you can also mention people and get notifications for mentions, which is alerts only when you are mentioned in a group message if you want that. So more flexibility there with Messages, more features in Messages, especially with group messaging, which I think is much needed in iOS. Now there were a few other features that I can't necessarily show you just yet, but Car Key is implemented in iOS 14, which is a car can be started or unlocked using your phone using NFC. You can also share keys with your family or your friends in messaging to give them NFC access to your car. It's going to be implemented with BMW initially, and they're working with other car manufacturers to get this implemented in the next year or so, and it's a very cool idea in my opinion. Along with that, Maps has been updated with guides and public transportation updates to show you what's around you with quiet roads or busy roads, for example, how high the land is that you're on. You can avoid stairs. It's much more in depth, and it also shows you electric vehicle charging spots in the Maps app itself. So they're really trying to compete with Google Maps with the Maps application here. And whenever there's updates within Maps, I like to see competition within that department. It always just makes the other apps better as well. So good to see Apple for doing that. And there were some smaller updates, like Apple did implement HomeKit updated automations and statuses of things that you could see the most important things you may have forgotten, like in the Home app, you can see if you left your lights off in your house or if you forgot to lock the door. Those sort of smaller updates that are very important in real life. But in terms of iOS updates, they were kind of like lower down on the totem pole. They did implement those as well. So that's my quick overview of the features of iOS 14. In terms of stability and performance, guys, this is an iPhone 7 and I've had it installed for a few hours now, and I gotta say that like the performance is very, very smooth. I haven't noticed any slowdowns, and the iPhone 7 is kind of like the mid-range phone, or one of the lower end phones actually, that this can be installed on. I haven't seen any performance slowdowns thus far. It does run all of the main features like widgets. They haven't left any of that out, it seems, so far. And so I have to keep playing around with it. I'm sure that I'll see other bugs pop up in here, but this makes me very confident in this release in installing it on my main flagship everyday device, my iPhone 10. And I want to see how it runs on that as well in the next coming weeks. But I'm going to leave the beta 1 here, see how that goes. If I notice any other bugs, I will update you guys in the comments of this video, or I'll post another video. But the performance seems to be no slowdown at all from iOS 13. It seems very, very smooth, and there haven't really been any major bugs, but again, I've only had it installed for a few hours here. So anyway, that is a quick overview of iOS 14, quick review of the top features. Hopefully you enjoyed. Be sure to smash the like button if you liked the video, and subscribe to my channel with bell notifications on for more iOS 14 coverage coming in the next few videos. Also be sure to check out my recommended tech products for products I personally use and enjoy on my Amazon store, link in the description. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer it. I'll also have my social media profiles and my website linked below for you to follow and interact with me further, so drop a follow there. Thanks for watching. As always, new videos every Thursday, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. here in the upper right. Now when you go ahead and click on that, it will show you all the different widgets that you can actually add based on the suggestions. I don't have any apps installed.